and welcome to another Rouge unit of the Reek. And today we're taking a look at the Sherman Jumbo, available to the 3rd Armoured Division. So in early 44, the Americans, realizing they're about to invade Europe and attack a bunch of German fortified positions, realized that, hey, we're probably going to need a heavy assault tank to attack all these German fortified positions. They looked to the M26 Pershing, but the Pershing was nowhere near completion, and so they looked to the second option, which was get a Sherman and strapping on extra armor. They did some tests of this, and they realized that it didn't reduce the reliability or made the tank unusable, and so they just decided to use the Sherman option, as it was the only available option, really. So they welded on an extra 38mm of armor to the front side and also the turret, and henceforth you got the M4A3E2. E2 is experimental model number 2. It wasn't actually called the Jumbo in contemporary sources. That was something after the fact, after the war, where it was given the nickname, but heck, we're just going to call it the Jumbo. These would first arrive in Europe in September of 44, and they'd be pretty evenly spread out to a lot of American armor divisions. The crews who got them especially loved the Sherman Jumbo because it was very heavily armored. There are instances of Flak 88s bouncing off the front of a Sherman Jumbo. I believe there's one instance where it shot 4 times and it managed to hit in the turret ring in the 4th time, and that knocked out said tank. The Jumbos would mainly be used in a point man role, where if they had a Jumbo available, it'd be the first tank leading the assault. A lot of Jumbos would actually get destroyed in Europe, because even though it was a heavily armoured tank, mines could blow it up still, and if you're the leading tank, you're probably going to hit the mine first, and also concentrated anti-tank fire could also potentially knock out the Jumbo. It'd be 254 in total, and it'd see service till the end of the war. In-game, the Jumbo tank is a B and C phase unit available to the 3rd Armoured Division, and it has a set of 3 weapons. So the weapon loadout is exactly the same as any other basic Sherman. You got a 75mm gun, which is pretty damn decent. 2 7.62mm machine guns, the Brownings, and 1 big Browning, the 50 caliber. It's your standard Sherman attack loadout. I mean, the cannon's lovely because it's pretty decent dealing with Axis medium armor like Panzer IVs, and it has good fire support capabilities and lots of ammo. And a 50 cal is great because it can also not shoot down aircraft, but it can protect you from being shot at by aircraft. And it does quite a number on light targets as well as infantry. And if we pop down to the Miscellaneous stats, it has a whopping 20 front armor, 10 at the side and 9 at back, and it is an enclosed vehicle. Very bad stealth, a speed of 20 km off-road and 60 km on the road, and very low optics capability. In battle, the Jumbo is real pretty crazy, because, as you may notice, it has 20 frontal armor. That's a lot of armor. Like, that's a stupid amount of frontal armor. There's only one German AT gun that can penetrate you in game at max range, and that's Pak 43, which is the AT gun, the King Tigers, as well as the Jagdpanther. And those aren't exactly common occurrences on the battlefield. So for the most part, the Jumbo is completely impervious from the majority of AT weaponry. Now, is it unkillable? No, you can't get too cocky with the Jumbos, even though it's the second highest armored unit in game. Because what usually happens is the Jumbo will panic in the Jumbo start reversing, but it will reverse sideways because the drive is a bit of a trat, and then you lose your 200 point fancy panchy Jumbo, and that's not cool. You don't want that to happen. So how do you use the Jumbo, Yen? What do you use this big giant elephant of a tank for? And really, it's really just, yeah, to stay alive. It's not going to kill a lot of stuff. You're fighting against some more infantry focus, less armored focus, Axis Division, it will be a powerhouse of a unit, as they probably won't have too much to deal with it, and this will be able to deal with majority of armor yet you come across. But if you fight against a Panzer Division, and they got Tigers and Panthers, this isn't exactly a good run-on-run tank to fight them, as you're not going to penetrate them, but they're not going to penetrate you either, so it's, you got outgoing for you. And in those non-penetration scenarios, the best thing the Jumbo can do is just stay alive. If your opponent knows that Jumbo is behind a tree line, they're going to be pretty reluctant in moving up and attacking, as the Jumbo will be in a good position, and it has 20 frontal armor, and that scares a lot of Axis players because that's more than pretty much what they're used to seeing. So it's just good just being alive against those heavy tank players who are going to be deploying lots of heavy tanks, as it's going to slow them down a bit because they want to try and deal with that Jumbo first, because it's a rather big obstacle that they have to overcome. Of course you want to support it with heavier AT weaponry because it's not exactly a run-man army. But Jumbo's great, it's lovely, it's such a fun unit to use, and also because it has so much armor, and it's not usually the case for a lot of allied armor, so it's really fun just to run around with this big fat unpenetrable beast for the majority of the time and just go to town against infantry and emplacements. Just run up to a Pak 40, you're not going to care. But yeah, Jumbo's great, it's a lot of fun to use, just don't get too cocky with it. And I'm going to leave it off at that. This has been another Angry Unit of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and usual, please just take it easy.